So today we're going to look at the types of triangles and the different ways that we can classify them. So the first way, we can classify them based on their sides. So if all three sides have different lengths and all of its angles are also all different, then it's going to be a scalene triangle. And we use these three tick marks here to show that all the sides are different lengths. Now if two of the sides have equal lengths, then two of its angles are also going to have an equal measure, and this is called an isosceles triangle. And you can kind of think about, it sounds like eyes, and since we have two eyes, if two sides are equal, then it's an isosceles triangle. Then we have an equilateral triangle. All three sides are the same length, and then all three angles are going to be equal to 60 degrees. And at this point, we'll go ahead and point out that there are 180 degrees in all triangles. So in this one, when they say that all the angles are 60 degrees, then they are, if we added that together, 60 plus 60 plus 60, that's going to give us 180 degrees. And so an equilateral triangle is whenever all the sides are the same length. So these tick marks indicate that these are all the same length. And then this shows that the angles are also all the same. And because we know that there are 180, then that lets us know if we did 180 divided by 3, then they would each have to be 60 degrees. So that is, one way that we can identify triangles. The other way is based on their angles. So if all the angles are less than 90, it's an acute triangle. And that means that all three of them have to be less than 90 to be acute. If we have a right triangle, that is whenever we have one right angle. And then the other two, of course, would be acute. So that makes it a right triangle. And then an obtuse triangle is whenever we have one angle more than 90 degrees. We have an obtuse triangle. So we would have two acute and then one obtuse. And so, again, we said that all the angles add up to 180 degrees. So if I had a triangle that had a right angle, that would make it a right triangle. And then it had a 45-degree angle, and I wanted to know what the missing angle measurement would be. Then what I would do is, since I know it has a right angle, it's a right triangle, we would do 90 degrees plus the 45 degrees. We would add those two together, and then we would subtract to get the missing angle. So when we do that, we end up with 45 being the missing angle. Because if I did 90 plus 45 plus 45, that would give me 180. And then just another example that we can kind of do something similar to that. If I had this right angle here, and if I knew that this small angle here was 30 degrees, I know together this small angle and then this larger angle has to equal 90. So I can do 90 minus 30, and that gives me 60. So that lets me know that the missing angle here is going to be 60 degrees, because 60 plus 30 would give me 90. So you may be asked to find the missing measurement whenever you have angles or whenever you have triangles. So just remember that triangles, the total degrees is 180. And then, we have the different types of angles. The right angle is exactly 90. The acute angle is less than 90. And then the obtuse angle is the obtuse angle is greater than 90. It's the right angle that's exactly 90. And so, you may see some questions about angles as well. But we're going to look at some more examples with the triangles. And there is one other type of angle, and that's the straight angle. And straight angles are exactly 180 degrees. So you may also see some things with straight angles. But here are some questions about triangles now. And you'll see this again, so make sure you're following along as we go through this. So if you name a triangle according to its sides, it can be either, so this is the sides, so that's scalene, equilateral, or isosceles. Those are our side lengths. Then this triangle, we see that there are two side lengths that are the same. So this is going to be, this is actually, it would be isosceles because the side lengths are the same. But we see that this is looking at the angles. So all the angles are acute. So this would have to be an acute triangle. And I think the video is about to end. But of course, this is going to be a right triangle. And I'm going to let you finish the